Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, "This is my commandment. Love one another as I love you. No one has greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends. And you are my friends if you do what I command you. I no longer call you slaves, because a slave does not know what his master is doing. I have called you friends, because I have told you everything I have heard from my Father. It was not you who chose me, but I chose you, and appointed you to go forth and bear fruit that will remain, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you." The Gospel of the Lord.
This morning we celebrate the feast of the martyr, St. Maximilian Kolbe, who, in a bold act of love, took the place of a family man who was to be executed. And that family man went on to live after the concentration camps in Auschwitz. And in his writings, St. Maximilian said this: "It is sad to see in our time that indifferentism in its many forms is spreading like an epidemic, not only among the laity, but also among the religious. But God is worthy of glory beyond measure, and therefore it is of absolute and supreme importance to seek that glory with all the power of our feeble resources." St. Ignatius, on the other hand, would see indifference as a virtue when it comes to looking at worldly things. The things of the world I could take or leave. On the other hand, like St. Maximilian Kolbe, St. Ignatius would say there is no room for indifference about our relationship with Christ and about our relationships with our neighbor. There is no room for indifference in that. And that is not indifference. And nor is the martyrdom of St. Maximilian Kolbe. And with grace, we can have such unindifference, you could say. And this indifferentism that he's talking about, for me, when I was reading it, I was thinking that a lot of people, even sometimes including myself, are indifferent about their time with God. It can happen. But what we find in the culture we live in today is it's more than just an indifference of forgetfulness or lack of attention, but there's an intentional indifference. I don't care. It doesn't suit me. We also treat love in the same way. When loving someone no longer suits us, then we don't love them anymore. And this becomes the way we treat with such triviality, even the sacrament of marriage. And so St. Maximilian Kolbe reminds us this morning that there is no room for indifference in our relationship with Christ and in our relationship with our neighbors.
Regina Celi, letare, alleluia, qui aquam meruisti portae resurrexit sicut dixit, alleluia, ora pro nobis Deum, alleluia.